So, I think it is time to just linger on non-duality and what it is that we use this word to point towards. Within existence, and when I say existence, I could also be using the word the universe, wholeness, everything, all inclusive. Within existence, there is this drive and again, here it becomes a bit complicated to describe it precisely with words. That's how it always goes. But within existence, there is this drive. And this drive is existence itself. A drive towards existence to become aware of itself. And in many ways that describes, that hits the nail on the head. Exactly. Existence has a drive towards becoming aware of itself. And most human beings, when they look in a mirror and they recognize the image in the mirror as themselves, that has nothing to do with existence being aware of itself. That is existence within a dream world. Within a kind of hypnosis. The awareness within the human being. And to say that the awareness is within the human being is not entirely correct, but that will do for now. The awareness that looks in the mirror and see the reflection of the human and that recognizes the human being as itself. That awareness does not belong to the human being. This is awareness in most human beings, almost every human being has been programmed. And that sounds like there is some giant scheme to program the human being, but It's an evolutionary calamity. Or it is just the way it is for the human being at this stage. But the awareness wants to break out of this illusory experience of self. And it wants to become aware of itself as awareness. Awareness becoming aware of awareness. Awareness recognizing itself as awareness. Recognizing existence. Recognizing itself as existence. Existence within awareness. And that is actually what is happening right here. This unbound, free, eternal awareness is just sitting here and chatting. In that sense, the awareness is searching for itself, which seems paradoxical, for the awareness knows itself as awareness right here. But when this awareness looks around, it sees the human being. It sees itself, the awareness, being squeezed in other human beings. And in that sense, it simply just speaks to itself. In you who are listening, you who are watching. It's exactly the same awareness. And in that sense, the awareness seeks to free itself in you. That makes it sound like the awareness in you is a different awareness than the awareness that is sitting here. But it is not. It is exactly the same awareness. But in the being that are watching, the awareness has been captured by conditioning. And it has been veiled. And it is this veil that the awareness here is trying to unveil, to shatter, to destroy, so that the awareness awakens to itself in that being. Awareness seeks to become aware of itself. Eternal, unlimited, unconditioned awareness. It is a silent awareness. It is a very still, not only very still, it is stillness itself. And everything that are being said here is either pointing towards this stillness, or it is seeking to destroy that which prevents this stillness from being aware of itself. You haven't done anything wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. But as long as you are listening here, it means that the awareness that is, so to speak, within you is seeking liberation. And that's a strange paradox again, because this awareness is already fully liberated. But this awareness, it feels the contraction, the apparent contraction. The change that it is bound by, although it is completely unbound. But as long as this filter of a filter of conditioning, as long as this filter of conditioning exists, then the awareness is not aware of itself. And in many senses, that's just okay. But often it is painful. And that's okay too. How do you feel about stillness? How do you feel about silence? Just sitting still. Observe what is happening when you are confronted with silence. Restlessness. Observe the restlessness. The restlessness is only a result of habits. Habits that have been conditioned, and habits that has been living itself out for decades, perhaps within you. And these habits, they have a momentum. They have a momentum to itself. And it is this momentum that you experience when you confront yourself with silence and stillness. You can feel it, the momentum. You can feel the momentum dragging, pulling, insisting that you do something. This sitting still, that's intolerable. Do something. But don't do anything. Just sit with it. When you look in the mirror and you say, that's me, that is the false self, the illusory self. That false self thinks that it has intelligence. No, the false self has no intelligence. The intelligence belongs to the awareness. The intelligence belongs to existence. You are this intelligence. But this intelligence has been programmed, indoctrinated when you were young. You are this intelligence. That is, in many ways, the missing link within the new Advaita message that you can find online these days. Everything is consciousness. And that's true. But this consciousness, this awareness, it is absolutely saturated with intelligence. And it is this intelligence that awakens to itself. The false self that thinks it has intelligence, it also thinks that it has a free will. So, false self, illusory self, I am speaking to you now. Do you have a free will? Please prove that you have a free will. Prove to yourself that you have a free will. And now the cat comes and wants to join in. Hi. Hello, cat. I will be back just a moment. Yeah. So, she has just turned 15 years old, and she is so beautiful. Listen to her. Isn't that amazing? So, illusory self. You think you have a free will. Prove it to yourself. Tell yourself, okay, I will sit down. I will sit down on this chair for half an hour. And I will exert my free will and sit here and do absolutely nothing. Prove it to yourself. Prove it to yourself that you have a free will. Sit down on a chair. Tell yourself, I will just sit here for half an hour. And I decided not to think upon anything. Just sit. The illusory self has no free will. The cosmic intelligence within awareness, the intelligence that consciousness is saturated with, has unlimited free will. Wake up. You are not limited to this human being. You are experiencing existence through that being. Yes, but you are not limited by it. She lays down here. But the illusory self, it will not challenge itself with this test that I have just been describing. Because it already knows the answer. The mind is extremely good at lying to itself. The conditioned mind. I think that will do it for now. Stillness, silence, pure awareness. What you are, what we are. I love you. Of course I do. We are one. Stay safe.